Okay, so this is the first song that really kind of shows what I'm up to with the new solo music series that I'm developing for a half dozen keyboards plus a guitar. And my theory is to play all of these instruments as if they're just one instrument that has a bunch of different sounds and can be played a bunch of different ways. I think Peter Schickley referred to that thing as the heart art. So I would say that this is my heart art. Um, I think that I will call the solo series Keyborg. Just kind of a fun play on words. So this is one of my favorite songs. I've always loved the lyrics in particular, and this is one of those songs that carries a powerful emotional punch for me. And it took a while for me to settle down to be able to actually sing the thing. It's Sailing by Christopher Cross, and I'll have a guitar lesson afterward. Well, it's not far back to paradise. At least it's not for me. If the wind is right, you can sail away, find tranquility. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Believe me. It's not far to Never Never Land. No reason to pretend. If the wind is right, you can find the joy of innocence again. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Won't you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it good. Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Fantasy, it gets the best of me when I'm sailing. All caught up in a reverie. Every word is a symphony. Won't you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it good. Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be Well, it's not far back to sanity. At least it's not for me. If the wind is right, you can sail away, find serenity. Oh, the canvas can do miracles. Just you wait and see. Won't you believe me? Sailing takes me away to where I've always heard it good. Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to play "Sailing" by Christopher Cross on the 12 string, and I'm going to show you the chorus parts and the little piano lead broken down for the 12 string, because I'm not going to assume that you've got half a dozen keyboards to try to make this song sound the way that I just presented it. Christopher Cross, like Pat Metheny and so many other people who play the 12 string, had an alternate tuning for this song, which makes it a little bit difficult. I had to kind of map what he was doing onto a standard tuning. But as I've said many times, if you've seen the other presentations I've done about 12-string songs, I'm not going to stand around and retune a 12-string so that I can play one song or carry a dozen 12 strings on stage for all the different tunings. So I have to map the alternate tunings onto a standard tuning. So for this song, starts out with what would be an E major chord, but I've lifted my finger off of the A string, so I'm playing the A string open, the second string, or the first fret rather, on the G string, and the second fret on the D string, and that's the simple arpeggiation pattern. Very simple arpeggiation pattern. And then you got to do a D major over here. Now, when you're looking at this D major that I'm playing here, it may look kind of odd to you, but it's the same as this E major, just moved over one string and up here. So I'm playing the 5th fret on the E string, the 5th fret on the A string, and the 4th fret on the D string. Exact same arpeggiation pattern. So. And then again with the same arpeggiation pattern, you start with the same chord. So it's the open A, first fret on the G string, second fret on the D string. And then you're going to bar the A, G, and D strings on the second fret. And go back and forth between those two chords. An E suspended 4th chord, which looks like an A major, but you've lifted your finger off of the B string, so you're playing the second fret of the D and G strings and playing the B string open, and this time the arpeggiation pattern starts with the open B string. You'll notice that occasionally I'm hitting that open A to kind of fill that chord out. So let's take each of those pieces again very slowly. So again, the first chord pattern within the verse looks like an E major chord, but lift your finger off of the A string so that you've got the A string open, the first fret on the G string, second fret on the D string. Come over here and play a D major by playing the 5th fret on the E and A strings and the 4th fret on the D string. And each of these arpeggiations starts with your thumb. Then come to this chord again with the open A string, the first fret on the G string, second fret on the D string. Then just bar the A, G, and D strings on the second fret. And it's the same arpeggiation pattern, starts with the thumb. Then you're going to play an E suspended 4th, which is the second fret of the D and G strings with the B string open. And this time the arpeggiation is going to start with your 3rd finger so that you can go. So it's going to start on the open B string. That's the entire verse. Then you've got the chorus. Now I'm doing the chorus on keyboards, and Christopher Cross kind of backs off, and you can't really hear the guitar as much on the chorus, and the keyboards kind of step forward in the arrangement that you're probably used to. But it's very simple. It's just sailing takes me away where I've always heard it. which looks a lot like a D chord, but you lift your finger off of the second fret of the E string. So the E string is open, and you're playing the open D string, the open E string, the second fret, or the third fret rather, of the B string, and the second fret of the G string. And then the next part of the rest of the chorus is B minor. So it's B minor to F sharp minor, the C sharp minor, and back to that A suspended fourth, which is a D chord with your finger pulled off of the second fret of the E string, so the E string is open. So, dream of the wind to carry me, soon we'll be free. So again, the chorus is E, A, E, A suspended fourth, and then B minor, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, and then back to that A suspended fourth. That's the bulk of the song. Now, if you want to put in the little piano solo toward the ending third of the song, that's going to require. So that's going to require you figuring out that melody. But the chord pattern is A, G, F, back to G. And then the second half of that solo starts on a C, and then it plays an A flat to B flat, F to G, and then back to A. Now the way I'm playing that A flat, so it'll go on a C, and then an A flat. The way I'm playing that A flat, I'm adding a lot more to the A flat because I'm trying to put in some of the melody lines on it. So I'm borrowing the first fret of the D, G, and B strings and playing the third fret of the A string and the E string, and then to the B flat, and then to the F, G, A. So I'll leave it to you to figure out how to figure the melody into that. Da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da. So that's a pretty simple version of Sailing for standard tuning on a 12-string guitar. And if you've got the chords, if you figured out the chords on the guitar, and you do happen to have keyboards available and you can play part of the song on the keyboards, it's pretty easy to map the guitar chords for the chorus onto the keyboards, and the piano solo is very, very easy as well if you have just some journeyman skills as a keyboardist. So I hope you're enjoying this series. There will be more songs for the Keyborg series for either a half dozen keyboards and mandolin, or a half dozen keyboards and guitar, or in some cases just the keyboards themselves. So I hope you'll visit me at www.robertbrucescott.com. Thanks.